In this week's episode, what you can do to stay active during quarantine, how to best manage stress, what our residents and businesses are doing for the community, and as always, a weather update from Jordan Casey. Good morning, Green Valley. Welcome to week 2 of online learning. Today is April Fool's Day, but since everything else got canceled, let's just cancel that as well. All jokes aside, I'm Jackson Sallee, and here with another social distancing edition of Eagle News. This week, we are going to check in with some of other members of GVTV around Green Valley to bring you the entertainment and the news. With that, let's get into our top stories. Tomorrow, AP testers will figure out what the shortened test design is going to look like in the wake of COVID-19. What we know right now is that students will be taking a 45-minute test, which can be taken at home if needed because of school closure, and the College Board will be using plagiarism detection software to protect the integrity of the exam. For more information on what those tests will look like, a link is posted in the description below. For those who want to prepare for their AP test through reviews, the College Board has a YouTube channel that is live and recorded review sessions taught by teachers from around the country. That link is also in the description. All other standardized state tests in Missouri have been canceled for this year. Last Sunday, President Trump stated that the federal social guidelines to stop the spread of COVID-19 have been extended from Easter Sunday to April 30th. At the time of the filming yesterday, the Kansas City mayor has not extended the stay-at-home order beyond April 23rd, but he is considering it compared to the outbreak that is happening. So make sure you are washing your hands, stay at home, and disinfect commonly touched surfaces to make sure your family does not get the virus. Also starting this week, teachers have to find ways to take attendance. One of those ways will be the work that you turned in via email or on Classroom and Canvas. So be sure that you are checking your online learning platforms' emails and staying in contact with your teachers. If you need some words of wisdom, here is Mrs. Michael.
I believe that the best learning is done together because we benefit from how we think together, talk together, reason together. But that's just not what we have an opportunity to do right now. So I have worked very hard over this break to get things ready to go for you to find individual success. So this is what I want to encourage you to do. I need you to invest in yourself. When we learn as an individual, it's an investment to be a better version of ourselves. Any successful person understands that life is a journey of learning and growing and never settling for the version of ourselves that we were yesterday. I am constantly reading books, going to conferences, modeling and learning with other people to become the best version of myself as a teacher, as a mother, as a wife. And I want you to take that same attitude into this. The learning that we're going to do in the next 4 weeks, it's got to be something that you want to do, that you want to apply yourself to, not doing the bare minimum, but doing the best that you possibly can.
If that didn't give you a focus for these next couple weeks, I don't know what will. Thanks, Mrs. Michael. Finally, for those seniors who are in the A+ program, Mr. Herbert has an important announcement regarding new guidelines due to the COVID-19 virus.
Thank you, Jackson. I really hope that you haven't put me up against the weather forecast because this will not be nearly as entertaining as Mr. Casey, but I'll do my best. The state of Missouri has reduce some of the A+ requirements for this year's senior class due to the school closures. The GPA requirement is still 2.5, unweighted, cumulative. However, they are allowing you to use the GPA that you had at the end of first semester if it's higher than at the end of second semester. So if you had a 2.5 cumulative GPA at the end of first semester, you are considered A+ eligible. The tutoring hour requirement has dropped from 50 down to 25. So if you are a senior who has 25 or more tutoring hours at this point, you are considered A+ eligible. The math requirement has been completely waived. So if you were a student who did not earn a proficient or advance on your Algebra 1 AOC and have yet to get the math subscore on the ACT that is needed, you are A+ eligible. There is no math requirement at all. All of the other requirements at this point are the same. The attendance is what gets most of you. So if you are below 95% attendance and you feel like you have some absences that are appealable, please reach out to me as soon as you can. If you have any questions, the website listed here is a great website. It has all of the information that I provided you along with much more. All of you have received an email from me with your current A+ status. If you have any questions about that, don't hesitate to ask. Again, these requirements are for this year's senior class only. The requirements will go back to normal after this year. So hope everyone is doing well. Hope to see you soon. And if you have questions regarding A+, reach out.
Thank you, Mr. Herbert. Those were your top stories for today. Now let's check in with our meteorologist, Jordan Casey, to see how this week is going to look like weather-wise. It's going to be warm this week, Jordan?
This is Jordan Casey, and this is the 7-day forecast. So, you see, on Wednesday, this is wherever it's sunny with a high of 73 degrees. So now, on Thursday, this is wherever the rain is here at 69 degrees. Oh, if you thought that was bad, look at Friday. Whoa, it is thunderstorms with a high of 55 degrees. That is not a nice day. So now, on Saturday, this is just incredible. It's partly cloudy with a high of 55. It's still chilly, which is not nifty. Going on to the next day, good old Sunday, it's partly cloudy. And it has a high of 67 degrees. Whoa. So now on Monday, this is strange. This is where it has isolated thunderstorms as opposed to compact thunderstorms with a high of 76 degrees. So now on Tuesday, oh no, it's AM showers, which in our terms is it's gonna rain with a high of 80 degrees. That's a really toasty day. Well, this is your 7-day forecast. Back to you wherever you are located.
Thanks, Jordan. For the next segments of this Eagle News, we're going to try something different. We're going to have a couple of GBTV staff members standing by in their homes to bring us some stories in the community this week. First, let's head to Tessa Williams to see how you can stay active during this stay-at-home order.
Are you having trouble thinking of exercises you can do for your PE class? If so, Mrs. Michael's kiddos have a routine that might just work for you.
Now remember, when I say freeze,
Your feet.
freeze. And when I say dance, dance.
Dancing, dancing all around. Dancing, dancing, dancing. Dancing any way you be.
But stop when I say freeze. Everybody, get ready to hop.
Hopping, hopping all around. Hopping, hopping, hopping. Hopping any way.
Hit your back up.
But stop when I say freeze. Everybody, get ready to skip.
Skipping, skipping all around. Skipping.
Wow, that was almost as energetic as my cheer practices. Thank you, Mrs. Michael, for keeping us updated on what's going on in your household. Remember, students and staff, we'd love to see what you're doing at home during quarantine, so please send in your videos. Now, to Mrs. Land on how to manage the stress of being quarantined.
Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to share with you my top 10 tips of how to deal with stress during quarantine. So here we go. I got to do it quick. Number 1, set up a routine for yourself and get up at the same time and get dressed Monday through Friday. This helps. A lot of times we feel stressed because we have a lot of things right now that are completely out of our control. So setting up a routine for yourself Monday through Friday is a great way to feel in control. Number 2, move your body. It's so important. When you're feeling those big emotions, run, walk, work out, do yoga, dance. whatever it is to help move your body, create movement. Number 3, talk to a friend. You have so many people that you can talk to and reach out for to get support. Remember, you have your parents, you have your friends, you have our amazing counselors, you have your teachers who care and want to be there and support you. And of course, any relative that you know that you trust and that you have a good relationship with. Number 4, try music. You guys are awesome at this. Listen to a song or a couple songs that really help shift your mood, where you feel happy, where you feel calm. Number 5, draw, paint, doodle, color, whatever it is that will help you create something amazing. And you don't even have to judge yourself about how ugly or whatever it is. Just draw and paint and don't think about it. Just do it. Number 6, practice mindfulness. There's so many amazing apps right now out there. You have Calm, Breathe, Headspace, Smiling Mind, YouTube, that you can use to help you feel grounded and calm. So definitely utilize that. Number 7, this is important, guys. Disconnect from your devices at one point in your day, every day. It's so, so important. Sometimes the biggest stressor, the biggest thing that creates stress is by using our devices. So find a way to disconnect every day for a little bit. I promise you it'll help your well-being and your mental health. Number 8, get outside in nature. Guys, we have been so lucky to have nice weather and the sun be out. Get out in nature. Go fishing if you can. Take a walk. Take a hike. Be in your backyard. Soak up some vitamin D. Be outside. It'll help really calm you. Number 9, pet your dog or cat. They're there to support you too. A lot of times my dog helps me when I'm feeling down. And then the last thing, write or journal. Some of you guys may not really like this, but writing or journaling and just putting your thoughts and your fears and all that stuff in paper, it's a way to create headspace for yourself and clear your mind. Feel your feelings. What you're feeling is okay. There's no right or wrong way to feel during this time. It's a weird time. So those are my top 10 tips. I hope you guys have an awesome week ahead. And again, feel free to reach out to me at any point if you want some further support. Have a great day, guys.
Thanks, Mrs. Land, for that inspirational video. During this time of quarantine, we are becoming more united as a city. There have been many people stepping up to help those in need. One Grand Valley resident, Susie Atkinson, is creating face masks for those needing protection. The Science magazine interviewed George Gao, Director General of the Chinese Center for Disease Control and Prevention, and in that article, he stresses that one mistake other countries are making is that they are not wearing masks. He says this virus is transmitted by droplets in close contact. Many people have asymptomatic or pre-symptomatic infections. If they're wearing a mask, it can prevent droplets that carry the virus from escaping and infecting others. The full article will be linked in the description below. If you have any cotton fabric that you would like to donate to the cause, it'd be greatly appreciated. It is residents like Susie that make Grand Valley a great place to call home. If you know of anyone else that deserves a shout out for their work during this time, please reach out to any GVTV staff member or Ms. McElwain or Ms. Kennedy. Now to what businesses are doing in our community to help protect their customers.
If you have to venture out for necessities, Costco might be a good choice. Costco has gone above and beyond to assure the safety for their members. When going to Costco, it's not like your typical run. As soon as you enter the parking lot, there are specific instructions on where and how to enter the store. All the members are directed to a single line, which they are asked to remain 6 feet apart to ensure appropriate social distance. The employees are individually sanitizing carts and supplying you with PPE, personal protective equipment. Other changes that Costco is implementing are limitations to returns, limited hours of operation, special shopping times for those most at risk, and increasing pay for their employees. They are not accepting returns on toilet paper, paper towels, rice, water, Lysol, and sanitizing wipes. The temporary operating hours are Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 6:30 p.m., Saturday, 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. In addition to those operating hours, there are special hours for members over 60 or those that have a physical disability. Those hours are Tuesday and Thursday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Guests are not permitted if they do not meet the criteria. To show appreciation to the employees for working during these unprecedented times, Costco is increasing their employees' pay by $2 every hour worked during this 5-week period. Thank you to all the customer service workers that are continuing to work during this time to ensure everyone has the necessity. Now back to Jackson in the studio.
Thanks, Isaiah. Before we wrap up this episode, I have a special announcement. As we have been doing for the journalism department's entire running, we have entered some of our content into a competition in which we go against other high school publications across the state. Today, on behalf of Mrs. McElwain and Mrs. Kennedy, I am proud to announce that this year's group is the winningest group in our history. In honor of that feat, for the rest of the semester, we are going to feature those winning publications right here on GVTV. First up, our honorable mentions. Our first honorable mention, equivalent of 4th place, goes to last year's Heart of the Valley staff with their publication of The Verge. This is a very good cover right here. They did a fantastic job on this, and I'm going to give a shout out to all those people. Ben Tata, Gavin Euler, Maddie Rogers, Peyton Waller, Caitlin Petty, Cash Grother, Bailey Cook, Abby Castle, Liz Swafford, Rachel Turpin, Kelsey Wade, George Florida, Lexi Majors, Ryan Menard, Ivy Crabtree, Sam Collins, and Ryan Figures. Those are all of the publication people that did a really great job on this publication. One more honorable mention for today goes to Isaiah Browski and Gavin Spray's spotlight on the issue of vaping. Take a look at it.
With vaping being the #1 topic in the countries with teens, GVHS student Colby Williams has a message for teens who are starting or addicted to vaping.
I started because it was the craze or the cool thing to do for my generation, but as time has gone on, it's kind of died off, but now I actually do have an addiction.
Going into vaping, Colby had no clue of the withdrawals he was going to go through. It started with one small detail.
I remember specifically when I first started, I would always tell everybody like, oh, I'm not going to get addicted, which I did. And I would always see commercials about nicotine and it would say like it causes mood swings or change in behavior, and I didn't really believe it, but now that I have had a withdrawal or multiple withdrawals, it definitely can cause mood changes and mood swings. I got into it because I saw other people doing it and everyone thought that they were top, like they thought they were cool, so I was like, okay, I'll try it. But now that I've done it for over a year, I realize that it's not really that cool, so I don't really flaunt it around. Like, I don't bring it to school.
Colby's biggest concern isn't the fact that teens are vaping, it's the fact that he sees it in his learning environment.
I think it is an epidemic, mostly because people are trying to flaunt it, and that's the main reason they do bring it to school. And I can personally say that every time I walk into a bathroom in the high school, I see it.
This has been Isaiah Browski reporting for GVTV.
Make sure you tune in next week to see who else won. That's it for this week's episode. Today's episode was jam-packed, but next week we got more action for you. So make sure you check in with our YouTube channel next week to see what else we got for you. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great week. This episode has been brought to you by Duncan Academy. If you need any child care services during the stay-at-home order, choose Duncan Academy. And by your Oak Grove McDonald's. You can still go through our drive-thru to get your fried chicken McNuggets.